And I am John again, and I get to share with you tonight. And tonight's sharing is actually pretty short, but it's something I've been thinking about even before I got the peace topic that we have going on for the month of December, which sounds amazing. And I'll be spending a lot of time thinking about that. But I was thinking, I was looking at meditations for anxiety, which to me, a peaceful state would be lacking in anxiety. And anxiety, all those emotions, in no way feel peaceful to me. Although I can rest with them and observe them and be curious about them and not make them worse and create suffering. And I've always liked affirmations, and somehow this skipped me the whole time, but there are actually a list of Buddhist affirmations. They even call them slogans. For those of us who know 12 steps, we know what slogans are. And they were brought to Tibet by an Indian sage named Atisha in the 11th century. So hopefully that's all the history you'll hear tonight, so I won't try to barrel any more down on you. I found it really interesting. I remember when I'd stopped drinking, I craved for an entire year. So I was going to AA meetings. There was no recovery Dharma in Spokane at the time. I'd go to meetings in the morning and at night a lot of days. I was going to a lot of meetings. And every day I just wanted to drink. That's all I remember. Every day I wanted to drink. And somehow I didn't. I would sit there and go, man, I just want to drink. And I kept doing the things I needed to do, and I kept the practices. And I had a sponsor, and my sponsor was Zen Buddhist, like I was at the time. And so that worked really well for me too. And I'd keep talking to my sponsor. I'd say, Ben, I do not know why I'm sober. I have no idea why I'm sober. I want to drink every stinking day. And just the craving just clung to me. And what would get me through would be these slogans that were written on the wall. One slogan that I would read a lot: there is nothing so good that a drink can't take it away, and there is nothing so bad that a drink can't make it worse. And I'd read that on the wall and I'd go, okay, that makes sense to me. Alcohol was really beginning to derange my life. And I would read that and I go, okay, so drinking's not going to make anything better, whether I want to drink or not. And then I would remember one day at a time, and that just matches, my Buddhist ideals, one moment at a time. And I think, if in this moment right now, can I not drink? And the answer is almost always yes. So I accepted the help and support of people around me, but those slogans really helped me a lot. Even words from the Serenity Prayer with acceptance, the acceptance, the courage to change the things I can, and the acceptance and the wisdom to accept the things I cannot change. I do know the prayer. I just was stumbling on it. Really helped me get through that year of craving. And then I won't continue. But one day I came in and I didn't want to drink. So now in my recovery, one thing I always try to maintain is the desire not to have a drink. I actually don't want to drink. That's actually what I want to do, is not drink. And the desire to drink is not there for now. But it took me a long time to reach that point. And slogans were key. Slogans were key. Some of the affirmations that are used, that were passed on, and there's 59 of them. If you want to read about them, I'll say this pretty slow. Start Where You Are, A Guide to Compassionate Living by Pema Chodron. And that was written in 1994. Another one is Root Text of the 7 Points of Training by Shikawa Yeshi Doja. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. but the root text of the 7 points of training. And they all write about the 59 slogans that the sage Atisha brought to Tibet in the 11th century. And here are some of the slogans that I really love and that I read. And some of these are phrased in the negative, meaning don't. I think it works still. Don't seek others' pain as the limbs of your own happiness. So for peace for me, if I'm living a peaceful existence, then I don't seek others' pain. A quick example of this is there's someone at work who had a different, they voted differently than I did, which is fine. And they expect the prices to drop on everything, and I don't know if that'll happen. But I hope it does for them so they can afford to, build the house like they want to. I still think it would be a good thing for them to be able to do that. So, and if it doesn't happen, I'm not going to say I told you so or anything like that. I'm just going to be, oh, that's too bad. It would have been nice for you to have a house. Here's another one. Don't wait in ambush. Don't wait until others' weaknesses show to attack them. And I've done this before, and it's something that without this slogan, without reading it, it's something I don't do anymore. I don't wait to, attack people waiting for their weaknesses anymore. But it was something I had done in my active addiction quite often. My favorite one that I'd read from the direct translation is the last one, slogan 59. Don't expect applause. Sometimes I do stuff and I'm like, and no one applauds. And I'm like, why not? And then if I look, it's because they're all doing all sorts of amazing stuff too. We're all busy. It's not that they're not appreciative. It's just don't expect it. Don't work for others' applause. I like these translations, and I picked these up off an article out of Lion's Roar magazine, but I can't remember the issue. Make adversity the path of awakening. I always liked it when Julia shares this, actually, a lot. Always being curious about things. So when I have something very adverse coming up, something I find that I want to push away from me, and it's not something I can necessarily push away right away. It's going to be with me. I always look at it curiously. And and I recently had that, with grief. I realized its beauty and its usefulness and how it wasn't a bad thing. It was a good thing. But in order for me to have that little awakening, I had to make that adversity my path for awakening. I had to embrace it. Whatever happens, be patient. Another good one is don't be swayed by external circumstance. And don't misinterpret, which I do quite often. And all of these slogans are designed to help us stay with difficult situations or emotions. So if we're struggling with our emotions, depression or anger, it helps us stay with that. And all of these things can also help us with difficult things like addiction. Good evening. An addiction is, I can honestly vouch for how useful the slogans have been for me. To go into the Bible, the book of Proverbs, and I'm not a Christian. I just remember how I grew up. But there were many, many things in that book that I found very, very useful. So it seems like everywhere I turn, people have these slogans and these sayings to help, work their spirituality, and they definitely can help our recovery. And today I just wanted to do some silent meditation. I know I've been chanting a lot for maybe the last 2-3 months, and I love chanting, but silent meditation. But I invite you to pick a slogan or an affirmation that you know. And know that you can even write your own. I've written my own to use, and they've been effective for me. Affirmations are things I do write. I always try to write them in the possible, as in a do as opposed to a do not. And give your time just to sit with it, be curious about it. You can repeat it in your head if you like, or you can sit with it and think about it and look at it deeply. That's another form of meditation. And we're just going to take, about 7 minutes or so to meditate on that. So, everyone, make yourself comfortable. Take a few deep breaths. Get going. Okay. Okay. Prepare for dedication of merit. May we be happy and peaceful. May we be healthy and strong. May we be safe and protected. May we live with ease. Namaste.